Y'all bang with this, yo. Point blank and period. Certain things I'm kind of willing to prove that others ain't. And that's what sets me apart. Everything past that, well, I really don't know about. But I bang with this, and we're going to continue to bang with it. And we're going to bang on whoever not banging with it. Shouts to the vocal minority. The squad attached. Shouts to the guards. Y'all know who. My vibe is turned. Coming.com. They don't even really got results up. Raw leading into Netflix. No kidding. So being able to hold the anticipation to talk about this and then know it's just a couple of hours out. I wanted to do this later tonight, to be honest, but then I thought about whether or not it start getting dark. I'd be out talking shit like, leading into Raw. I said the rewrites need to be, that energy needs to be gone. Rewriting before showtime, and some of them had to go, man. That energy need to go. You said a new era, so we cutting that. I'm the rewrite before showtime now. Fuck it. I'm that vibe beforehand. And we know where it's at. Like I said, don't take the tone. Don't mix it up. Don't think it's low or high for any reason, because we here for this. And we supposed to be doing this. I would rather be doing this, to be honest with you. I look at it all in full, and I can only appreciate the patience it took. Like, oh my God, I know I could do this shit so much better, but you gotta pay homage, and you wouldn't be where you're at without, and okay, nigga, not gonna go crazy and be doing this for the long haul and all of that. No, because eventually it becomes a self-serving bit. And once you start trying to serve the self in this line, it's a line. Point blank and period. Everybody's learned it one way or the next. I don't even go too far myself, obviously. Everybody wants me to go super far when it comes to certain things. And, with their frame of context, it's levels to how it's going to get done responsibly. And we've already jumped around a couple parts of the community with, love and admiration. And it was met however it was met. And we'll see how things continue to build as time goes on, But what I'm looking at with these superstars right now, what I'm looking at within this new era, the new administration, what I'm looking at within parts of the community that actually should matter a little bit more, so far as how the expression is expressed, or how the expression is received, like the culture is evolving. I hear the rumblings from over yonder about what's going on this side with, the comparisons to who and what. Go for some hot takes, clap back. I think we can get into that and we could cover it. Backlash was pretty fire, man. 5 matches, not a crazy long show. A lot of vibe in the room, a lot of presence. 1, 2, Jacques LeBlanc. Soccer and boppers. What the fuck? What was they saying? I don't even. Look, I'm not even. France, top crowd all time. Who's next? No one's beating France. The U.S. needs to turn up on France and make it work, baby. Make it work. The U.S. needs to make France feel like there's a competition between who has the livest gate and live audience. We need to see that. I loved every moment. Like, for real, for real. And I don't even know how many people talked about it. I've heard literally one opinion about how that crowd was, but I know everybody loved the crowd. It was something that nobody was expecting. Maybe they had gotten used to, but a first time ever look. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to look at. It was beautiful to listen to. It really highlighted just what type of culture. It highlights the global impact of the culture. And now I think more cities, more states should get right type of involved with that. That type of involved in general, that unity, that camaraderie, and of course, only in the name of loving our favorite superstars, but then wanting to add to the show. Like that was a soccer crowd. That was a soccer crowd. It was amazing in that building. It felt like way more than what 16,000 people. That needs we need that. We need a WrestleMania energy in France. Vegas, great. Vegas is a great city. Philly was a great city. Cali was a great city. You know what I'm saying? The Performance Center was awesome. Shouts to the Kabukis, because that's we gonna get into that in a second. But look, France was amazing. Like hands down, France was awesome. I felt a different part of my wrestling fan spirit be ignited just listening to that French crowd love what they were doing. It was amazing. It was amazing. And respectfully to that crowd and the company and all the superstars, it's either France is where we going for that pay-per-view now, like official home, or France needs to get right on the rotation with how we about to be moving these pay-per-views around. Shouts to France. I'm not going to get into all of the politics of it all, but for real, I could appreciate, and they went in. They went in. The crowd made the show that much better, 10 times better. I would have enjoyed the matches in the show, but we all know a U.S. crowd would have just been cheering. They wouldn't have been chanting along for everything. They were great, man. I loved it. I loved it. And it just spoke. So now let's get into it, man. Backlash 2024, yo. I don't even got many results. I'm looking at pictures now. I'm just going through what I could see. Um, Solo, Tamatanga, and Tangaloa. Okay. Okay, fine. I'm not mad. Fine, 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 fine. Let it live. Let them do their thing. What's going on with the bloodline? Is it coming down from the high chief? That's what I'm hearing. Look, at the end of the day, when the final boys won't say it, the final boys said it's said. You know what I mean? And it's only I can think of only one other person that would even come close to combating that. I'm not gonna get into it, but that's where it's at, because everybody can't be right 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like we can really work toward that. I practice shit like that all the time, and I be dead ass wrong a lot. But I'm a fucking idiot. Regardless, though, if it's coming from on high, oh man, I'ma love it. I'ma love it. We all kind of thinking it makes sense like that. If we really looking at it, Roman Ben said Solo was next. How are we gonna make this story a thing when we got all of these characters? It's a lot of creative, but ultimately it's gonna be a lot of content. You know what I'm saying? So us getting there at this point is we just gonna get there. I know Solo is technically playing the on his own role now with the rest of his family or the rest of that bloodline. So, all right, cool. Let's just make sure that that bloodline moves and conducts itself proper, without all of the highlighting and bringing too much attention, in my opinion. But I do like the effort right now that's going into Solo and the Bloodline. That shit is fire. Solo walking around on boss levels. He was a tribal heir for a minute. Let's not forget. Let's move on before my batteries die. KO, RKO, KO, RKO. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're good. They're good. Fine, whatever. Let them do their thing. Let's keep it going. Let's see what happens. Um, Priest and Uso. Judgment Day keep on jumping in. Makes sense. Fine. The team is going to be a team. Eventually, they're going to split. And I don't agree with the idea to split, because Rhea has to come back. Maybe Rhea could come back and get them all back together. But what are we gonna make of all of that tension and such like that going in between? Mm. Jay solid. He's already like, of course, now crowd control. We seen it. He's already he's officially solidified his spot. Now he's in. Let's see what he got. I'm hearing rumblings about that splash. I was never a fan of the crossbody move as a finisher, as a regular move. We're gonna get into Jade in a moment. I hope my batteries can maintain. But like we closer to 10% at this point, so let's see. But I'm like I said, I'm not crazy about the crossbodies, but big splash. Maybe Jay could definitely go for more of the. I think back to WWF Attitude. No. It was WrestleMania 2000 actually. Pardon me. Yeah, I think back to that on Game Boy and how they would do the splash moves. Run back those animations. Them shits was heavy, bro. So there goes that. A good match. Damian won, obviously. What else? All right. Shouts to Cody and AJ. We love them both. There's this is the direction that we need to be going in as far as proper face, proper heel moving forward. It looked like that in the ring, AJ's gear and such like that. Cody's still looking like the American Nightmare and doing his father proud, obviously, doing the company the service that we've been looking for that was going to be post Roman. We all want to see Roman get back as babyface. We'll get there. Right now, let's enjoy the Cody Rhodes trip. As champion, he's making it work. He's coming together. He's feeling his way around, seeing how much space he actually has. And trust me, Cody has plenty of bandwidth to do whatever the fuck it is Cody does on that screen with the people. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm talking like when Monday Night Raw, or Friday Night SmackDown at this point. But when he's out there, he got a lot of juice, in my opinion. So I feel like he could definitely, as far as the actual product goes, he could go ahead and try to push that envelope a little bit more, man. He got it. And the people love him as a family man and the rest of it. Now, and then, of course, motherfucking AJ. It's AJ Styles. There's nothing to talk about. He's still that guy from number 3 at Mania. Still that guy. I've been said it. Now, Kabuki Warriors, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill. I loved everything Kyrie did. I loved every bit of Oscar, like always. That is sports animatainment. They lean into it. They find their way, and it's just like with Cody. They gotta find they gotta see how much space they can work with, and they got a lot. Don't be so constricted. And now, everything Bianca gets right now, in my opinion, I think she's earned it. I speak positively. I would only want positive for her, and she's already proven herself many times over. She's standing the test of time. She's got the longevity we all want to see her. She clearly goes in ring. She does all of the things. Can she carry Jade? First of all, let's get into it. All of the presentation, all of the fire shit, cool. She's larger than just some character select screen and whatever else. Like I've been hearing, like just a superhero baddie fighter, or good for a lot of different parts of the community. I look. At the end of the day, we're dealing with the impressionable. I listen closely. We all know where she came from, and if she's looking the same and that's from what I'm hearing, then we have to look at where she came from. And if we're looking at where she came from, we see who they think they are, but then we clearly can look at a lot of the details and what's going on right now, whether rumored or not, and it's not sturdy. Luckily, she was able to maintain the star power and then, get that shit to the next level by coming to the E. Are we moving too fast with Jade Cargill? Is she really trying to be in there and be that shit? This is where we have to turn our attention to Jade. I mean, I'm hearing one of her biggest critics, you can't say the name without. I mean, does she actually care about the in-ring, or is she just a bikini model or a muscle fitness model, bombshell type that's only here for the good looks and the promotionals? If she here for the long term of it all, then she's gonna have to give us a little bit more than what it was. And let it be clear, I think that Jade has a mind for this. I think she, from what I'm looking at, I think she gets so immersed into that character that all she knows and all she can feel is the envy and hate that everyone has thrown at her, from quite possibly the performance center with all of the impressionable, mad that she's the star and maybe they don't feel like she got the way they got it or whatever, so have you. It's a competitive based sport. It's much more than just, muscle and fitness, respectfully. And this is what I mean. Like, do you understand that we wanted you over here because you seemed like you wanted to be the best, Jade? So now that you want to be the best, we got you in position to be the best, and it's still early. We're looking at where she came from. I don't know anything about any of those stories of where she came from. I'm not gonna say I don't care, because a lot of people there that I care about on that side still to this day. You know what I mean? Like, I know that they're champions that I still have a close affection to, somewhat, some affinity for. Some characters and superstars that haven't been to this side, but I know about this side and want to come on over here eventually because of just how crazy it seems to be getting. I can't speak to too much because I don't know any details about it. But we know that Jade was smart enough to come over here. So now that Jade's here, we got to know if Jade is serious about being here. It showed at elements in the ring during Backlash, but you see, I don't know. It seems like it's too cosmetic for me. Too many aesthetic decisions. Sex symboling. Everybody know if I had my way with Jade, I'd have her looking the same with a little more covered. We don't need to see the cheeks. We don't need to see Sabu, but there's fan service. I'm scared Jade gonna have a slip a lot during the match. We love Jade. She got the body. We already know that. There's plenty of NXT with bodies too, and they not out there like that. And shouts to everybody who know I bang with them on NXT right now. I'm saying we want Jade to act like she's serious about this shit. Maybe she needs to get out of her head and but that it also, again, it goes back to whether or not she really cares about doing this. Like, I'm doing this right now. Technically, I'm not really trying to be famous, but Jade she got that spotlight on her. She want to be that shit. You can't. Even Nikki Bella was popping, my nigga, in her own rights and respects, yo. Even she could somewhat go a little more so. Everybody hated Brie for a while. She said, fuck it, I'm going to try to get better. Even if it wasn't all that crazy and then go on a title run and nothing like that. Still got that. Trend back on deck. She looking solid. Even though she ain't all the way at the top, she's still that right now. I'm not going to go into any other names. You know what? I will. Because if Tiff outshines Jade, what was it? The Jade Cargill experiment is a failure? Nah, this is good for character development. I already believe in Jade. I want to see her be that powerhouse that everybody wants, but she needs to look comfortable doing it. She's very nervous, a lot of jitters. Get out of the sex. Get out of the sex. That's what I got for Jade. Get out of trying to be the hot one. We already know she lit. We know she the best. We know she popping. But then we got the EST happening too. You know what I'm saying? The EST gonna run them circles if Jade don't hurry up. It's good to have the title and all of the things, but the marketing and promotable element is only one piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can like you up there for all of that and the merch, gratefully. That's nice. We need that combat. I think Jade got the combat look, got that combat feel. So now we need to see that nimble, you know what I mean? That loose Jade, not respectfully. Like I said, take the sex out of it. We need to see Jade that move around. We need to see athletic Jade now. That's what we want. Not just been in the gym Jade. We need to see athletic Jade. And if that Jade doesn't exist, then we can talk about, well, who's next? Like, I got a line. Me personally, there is a clear line, but I still have my line. And my line is more NXT-esque right now anyway. And shout out to everybody who know who they is, they know who they is. I say that respectfully. You know what I'm saying? I shout them out regularly. I call him out. I done spoke to it, and I really don't like putting no names out there because, again, they're impressionable. But who knows should already know. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no question about it, and I love him. I love him to death. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, it goes to everybody. But now, if we looking at Jade, yo, turn up, my nigga. What we doing, bro? Yo, what we doing, Jade? Because they talking crazy now, Jade. What we doing, Jade? Who we got smack up one good time, Jade? For real, for real. Raw tonight. Tune in.